Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Techeries. It's going to be a fun show for you today as we
As
dig
like
into some.
Morgan's computer acts nicely.
Yes, 100%. Let's see if it'll be nice to me. But if there's any mess ups, it's my PC, not me. I'm sorry.
We're blaming Dan. We've already decided.
Yep, it's all Dan's fault. He breaks everything.
Hi, Latin. Oh my
Hello,
god, I totally
Latin.
just my back. Hi, Latin.
But
He's
to
here. He's here.
Yay! You must not have worked today. Woo!
It's always a good sign when we see Latin in our chat.
We are going to be digging into some awesome holiday deals that are hopefully sure to warm your loved ones' hearts or your own if you're gifting for yourself, because treat yourself. But guys, I am Morgan.
And I'm KP, and ooh, I can't wait to get into the goodies that we found for you guys. It's so exciting. But first, let's dive into your tech pulse.
All right. First, we have the first ever officially licensed Pokemon Beast Ball replica and is actually available now for pre order on the IGN store. That is not the capture I wanted to show you. Oh no. Spoilers for later. Oops.
It's
Wouldn't be a
fine.
Techry show without me messing something up, y'all. Um, I'm just at least spoiling things for later. Sorry.
It's fine.
But anyway, this Pokeball replica is made of die cast in resin, which allows LEDs to illuminate the Beast Ball's exterior. This replica includes touch and proximity sensing, the a brightly illuminated button, and lift to display presentation case that is also illuminated. The ball itself actually will grow brightly as you come near it. You can also control the multicolored lights by touching the case's metal plaque. When it, when it is, sorry, with it being officially licensed by the Pokemon Company International, it is also a uniquely numbered collectible. So there's going to be limited numbers, and they're all going to be numbered for your collection. This awesome looking Pokemon collector's item is available for pre order once again on the IGN store for the cost of $119.95 before tax and shipping.
So as Latin said, credit card, I choose you.
Facts.
Or debt, I choose you. Yeah, a little pricey, but those who are diehard fans of Pokemon will be super excited to get their hands on that ball.
For sure.
As much as I love Pokemon, I don't see myself spending $119.
Yeah, no. Don't get me wrong, the Beast Ball is really cool. I think it would be a nice collector's item to have, but I don't know. I'd rather just get more plushies, and I can get a lot more plushies for $120.
Yeah. Get a lot of coffee for $120.
Yeah, you can.
All right. Well, there's major talks underway between Sony and the developer of Elden Ring.
Well,
According to a report from Reuters, Kadogawa, who is the publisher of anime, would be a perfect fit for Sony, which already offers anime, manga, manga. I always say that wrong. TV and film. Kadogawa also owns several well-known games such as Octopath Traveler, and whose subsidiary From Software is behind Elden Ring and Bloodborne. So if the talks are a success, a deal could be struck in the coming weeks, but at this time, neither Sony or Kadogawa have made any comments on this at all. But I have played Bloodborne, aka I cried during Bloodborne because it was it was hard. It was scary.
oh
Like, okay, like I got to a point where I just heard like all this banging and I was like, I can't do this. And I literally quit the game. I was like, I can't do this.
no. Oh no.
I know.
That's not
I
fun.
know.
That sounds very stressful.
Bloodborne actually is very creepy compared to like Dark Souls. Like Dark Souls is creepy, right?
Sure.
But Bloodborne is actually very creepy the way that they did it. It is a Souls-like game, just like, Dark Souls
Hmm.
and Elden Ring. So I'm not surprised that, you know, there's a lot of talks. I played Octopath Traveler though. Very
Oh,
fun
nice.
game. Yeah, it's a very fun RGP game. So RPG. I think I said RGP.
I knew what you
I'm
meant.
here. I'm here. It's fine. In the words of Grimm, I'm here.
We're here. It's fine. We're surviving.
But yeah, what do you think though? What do you think if Sony was able to take this under their wing and it becomes part of their whole like family?
Well, you know, I think it's really intriguing. Um, Obviously, Elden Ring has been for a while now saying that they're like people have been saying it's probably one of the best made games ever. So like I'm not surprised by this, but it's very very cool to see Katagawa, being potentially like in this partnership and going further, like kind of like spreading its wings in a way further than what it's just been currently doing. I think a sleeped on area of video games, especially here in the US, is like the anime video games that are out there. There are some really gorgeous, beautiful, really well made ones that just don't get played a lot by specifically the US side and
Hmm.
US citizens. So that could be a really wonderful way for them to expand that the repertoire of their other video games as well and hopefully have a stronger platform to push these really beautiful games out that most people or not the wide populace of the world play.
Right. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I'm really. I mean, I don't want Sony to own everything, but at the same time, I'm like,
Facts.
sometimes it's really good to have a big name
Mhm.
partner with you because then you see like it could take off even more, or they could do other things, or they could work on other parts. So I'm kind of like on the fence because it's like I want them to be
I'm
independent
right
and
there
do their
with
own
you
thing.
because of like
Yeah.
the issues we've seen with Destiny lately. We're not getting story content the way they originally wanted to give it to us because Sony forced Bungie to axe twice their
Mhm.
staff, so like sadly like Sony has a lot bigger say in these companies that are joining their company and their family, just because like they're the big wigs. They're going to be the ones, the biggest funder. They're kind of like the sugar daddy for these
Right.
developers. And sadly, if times are getting tough or your game isn't making enough money, they have the say to tell you, all right, you got to make cuts somewhere because you're not
Right.
making us money like you promised. So that like there is like a really nice way for them to be found and to like get more publicity and hopefully more players for their products. But then there also is the double-edged sword of Sony could also fuck them over and or at
Right.
least make a lot of people lose jobs.
And I know like it's not their intent. Like that's never a big name company's intent to be like, "Oh, I'm going to cut you or I brought you on and then I'm just going to demolish your whole entire company." Like that's never their intent because their intent is to what? Make money.
Right.
Because what? They want to grow their company and make it bigger and be a bigger name. So like it's kind of sad when it's like it is a double-edged sword that you play with and then at the same time it's like that's not their intent, like nobody's intent, like even with Bungie, like their intent is not to destroy the game, it's to make the money. And it's the same thing with Diablo. Like Blizzard's not trying to destroy the game, they're trying to make money.
Right. Right.
So I think we're just gonna have to wait and see. If we get news that they struck the deal, we'll bring it to you guys on our show and let you guys know what happens.
Yeah. Well, in other news, though, we do have a story that isn't necessarily about a big company making money, but a big company having us make an AI for them.
Ooh,
Yeah.
we love
S-
AI, you know that.
I love it
Morgan
so
doesn't like
much.
AI.
No, there are good uses and bad uses of AI. But
Agree. I
we'll get
agree.
into that. We'll get on. Anyway, in recent Pokemon news, everybody, Pokemon Go players have helped train an AI for the mobile video game developer Niantic. So, that's right. You heard me right. As Pokemon Go players have trained an AI for them, and Niantic actually revealed in an official blog post that they have been working on something called a large geospatial model. This model is similar to the idea of ChatGPT, where an AI that is trained on large amounts of like existing text can then produce text on its own. But a large geospatial model is an AI trained on what the real world places look like and is and can use that data to produce information on what actual places it hasn't seen yet might actually look like. So this is how Niantic specifically put it in their blog post. Imagine yourself standing behind a church. Let's assume the closest local model has seen only the front entrance of that church, and thus it will not be able to tell you where you are. The model has never seen the back of that building, but on a global scale, we have seen a lot of churches, thousands of them, all captured by their respective local models at other places worldwide. No church is the same, but many share common characteristics. A large geospatial model is a way to access that distributed knowledge. So, if you think about it, Google has also kind of been doing this through Google Maps and their Google cars you might see around from time to time, or in Street View, even Street View photos. But those can only go where there is a road, and that's where Pokemon Go comes in. For this to work, Niantic needs a lot of data to train its AI. They said once again in their blog post, Niantic has also been building a system called a visual positioning system, which is technology that uses an image from a phone to determine its location on a 3D map. Niantic said it is using the data collected by Pokemon Go players who have their location tracking on to reach their weekly goals, AR photos, and AR catching to develop their own technology that turns around and implements it into existing products. But this has raised concerns over how companies collect data, use it to train AI, and what those AI models might end up being used for. Currently, Niantic's LGM work may only be limited to letting us catch them all in the real world, but its use could end up growing increasingly complex. So basically, we've been training it an AI without our knowledge for Niantic to use in future products.
It's interesting though because you're right. Google has been doing it. They've been running around with their cars, right?
Mm-hmm.
Taking photos and everything and creating these 3D looking maps, but like you said, we can only be on a road. Um but as far as what this is going to accomplish, I really don't know, and neither does anybody else, apparently.
Right.
They don't really have a say of what we're doing. We're just creating a giant map for what purpose? I don't know. I mean, it could be to help make, I guess, finding a place easier. I don't know. Maybe they want to work with Google or a form of Google, or they want to create their own form of Google Maps. I don't really know. But there are a lot of things that could be happening down the road. They could be wanting to, like Latin said, as long as those Tesla bots don't start to throw Pokeballs at us, we're good. I mean, that's fair. But they could be working with car companies too. Like this could be
Yep.
something that they want to do down the road, is they want to work with a car company, and that car company could be doing um it could be doing uh driverless cars, and those driverless cars need to understand what the conditions are on the actual in the actual world. And so sometimes what happens is with those driverless cars, that gathering this data, if you're next to a road and there is a church, just because it only knows of the front side of the church, the car might not understand that there's a side to the church,
Right.
because like you said, we don't know what the back of the building looks like, but we know what the characteristics of the building is. So it's just, I feel like they're pushing for something that we don't know of yet, and it's going to come to fruition eventually
It does.
once
It
they've
definitely
gathered
seems like
enough.
some sort of like navigation, whether it's
Yeah.
for us or for government use. I'm not
Yeah, and
sure
I
where
don't
that
feel
goes.
Yeah, and I feel like the navigation thing is fine because we're all running out gathering our Pokestops and everything else. It's when they start collecting personal data, like personal things, that can be an issue. Um, but like if we're just scanning the country, I mean, all right, cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
And another thing is like I say that, us Pokemon Go users have been training this for Niantic, but at the same time, so with anybody who plays the mobile game Harry Potter Wizards Unite, that's also a Niantic game, and it is literally copy paste Pokemon Go, but
oh,
for this game. Like all the Pokestops and
Mm-hmm.
gyms that you have in Pokemon Go are also the exact same locations where you can like get stuff in Harry Potter Wizards Unite. I played it very briefly, so I wouldn't be surprised if those users are also helping collect data for Pokemon Go, or like Pokemon Go is, but Pokemon Go is just larger. It happens to be larger than Harry Potter Wizards Unite.
I could also see another use for this being that maybe they're thinking about making an AR VR type game that you could
Maybe
use with your actual headset to play, and they need the data of what buildings look like because they want to make it more realistic.
that could be
I could see that being
like
something too
very
down the
modern, like modern, like here and now, present day kind of game. That could be
road. Right. Yeah. Hey Morgan, how is your pocket game going with Pokemon?
not too bad. I'm at level 12. I got some cool ass cards, you know.
Do you feel like it's starting to get kind of like redundant though?
A little bit, yeah. Like I haven't been battling as much as I could be,
Hmm.
but I'm there more for the cards than I am for the battling, if I'm
But I
being
mean, like the
honest. But
cards,
I need
do
more
they,
decks.
yeah, you feel like the
And
cards are
also
kind of redundant.
Heatmore, specifically the card Heatmore can go fuck itself. I get that card way too much. That card can go die in hell.
All right, well, don't worry though, Morgan, okay? And all the rest of the Pokemon TCG players out there, including myself, because just because it seems like you aren't getting anything new from the game doesn't mean that they aren't working on it. So, in a tweet from Pokemon Pocket, they put out the following statement regarding new content coming down the pipeline. They said, quote, "We plan to add new booster packs by the end of the year. In addition, we are aiming to add a feature that allows certain cards to be traded starting in January 2025. We are planning to gradually expand the selection of cards that are able to be traded. Also, we have other new features in development outside of the trade feature it introduced here. We plan to announce more details about updates as the dates for the addition of these features are finalized." And this comes after the game was released last month. Now, just goes to show that they really want us to be the very best Pokemon trainers out there. And I find it fascinating because, like I said, it just came out last month. And yes, it is kind of like, I feel like we're all hitting that Pokemon
Mm-hmm.
wall of like, I'm going to open up my booster pack. Oh, look, I got the same cards
Yay,
again
great.
and again, and I can't seem to get anything new unless you're Rob. Unless you're Grimnir. I mean, the rest of us are like, come on. Every once in a while, I get a little gem, but beyond that, I'm like, come on. But it is nice to see that they are working on stuff, and I keep trying to tell everybody in our group chat that we have, like, wait till
Yep.
next month, because that's when they want to add new booster packs. And the fact that they want to add the trade feature and other features are going to be interesting. I'm curious what the others are. The trade one will be fun because I can see us all doing it. All getting in like, hey, I have this Pokemon card. Do you have this one? Yeah, I have that one. Okay, let's trade. But I'm glad that they're not just letting it sit for too long because the game can get very boring and they will see their player base drop tremendously if they don't keep up with it. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
but they have added the newest thing that they added was the oh, what is it? It's the fire, like the new event that we have going on
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
It was annoying and like having a lull in the events too. It was like, come on. Like I was like, where's my free stuff? I kept going to my wonder picks and I was like, ah man. I know that's almost like being like the greedy player, but it would have been nice like we were having like that chancy pick for a while. We had the Meowth one. It's like it would have been nice to have like just a little something in between the lulls, but it is what it is. That's just me being
Yeah.
picky.
That's fair. That's fair. But I did get all of my little pieces that I needed in the shop.
Oh, very
So,
nice. Perfect.
yes, I have all the Meowth stuff.
Nice, nice. But y'all, I have some GTA news, and I'm sorry. It's actually not about GTA 6 if you actually even care about it, that news.
I like how
Um
you got super sad. You're like, I have this news.
I actually funny enough just had an itch at the same time, so when I went to my eye, it wasn't for effect. It was just cuz I had an
I
itch.
have news. And I'm sorry, but it's not about GTA 6.
Nope. Nope, it ain't. All right, guys, while the GTA fans wait for the release date or even announcement for one, Rockstar is trying to help us pass the time with a new release, technically. While you wait for GTA 6, you can jump back into Grand Theft Auto The Trilogy, the definitive edition. GTA The Trilogy was released back in 2021 featuring the three following titles: Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. However, it received mixed reviews due to its disappointing graphics. However, Rockstar took to social media and released an announcement of the new update. The update is free to those who already own the definitive edition of the GTA the Trilogy game and was released across Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and PC on November 12th. Numerous fixes and improvements have been made to each game in the collection, with their classic lighting mode being praised. You're able to toggle that feature on at any time, and it has become a staple of the mobile version as well. It makes a huge difference to both the atmosphere and the graphics of these classic Grand Theft Auto titles. So while fans wait for GTA 6, maybe GTA the Trilogy, the definitive edition, could be the GTA fix you need in the meantime.
So what's your dad's thoughts?
Honestly, I don't know if he has the GTA trilogy because he already owns all of the other games.
Oh.
Like without it, so I don't know. I'll have to find out. But I know he's constantly like, what the fuck, Rockstar, about GTA 6. He's really excited for GTA 6. So he's like all the other GTA players out there. What the fuck, Rockstar, where's GTA 6?
So I think what's interesting is there's been, and this is not in our news for today, but I've seen it. There's been little hints out there that when GTA 6 gets released, so will Borderlands 4.
I've also heard that.
Little hints, little hints.
Yay.
So while everybody's robbing and stealing, I'm gonna be over there jumping through vaults and everything and enjoying the land.
Sadly, I think Borderlands will take the hit from it.
Probably. Yeah, I don't think it's a smart move if they do it, but there's little hints, and if they do it, I mean, it's gonna be a big tug.
Honestly, if I was the Borderlands developers, I would take the hit of the gamers being upset that we delay it by maybe 2-3 weeks, and delay it by 2-3 weeks. That way, it's not launching on the same week as GTA 6.
Yeah, I don't. Well, like I said, it's been hinting, and I don't know if it's true. That it might be like, oh, it could be around it. It could be like around the same time, but not the exact same week, if that makes sense.
Right, for sure.
So we'll have to see. But that's what I've been seeing on the news thing, and I didn't get a chance to mention it before in the show, so I figured while we had GTA 6 news.
Good to mention. Good mention. Good mention. Guys, remember how we said how much we love or don't love AI?
Yeah, how much you hate it? Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So, I have a love-hate relationship with AI, mainly because AI is trying to take over my job.
Yes.
But, and also stealing from people. But then there's also other really great AI uses. But you have another AI story for us today.
I do. And so I have a love-hate relationship with AI also. But in the sense of like, I look at AI as a tool that is for brainstorming.
Oh, sure.
It is never a tool to be used to exactly write everything that I need or do exactly everything I need. So we all knew AI generated images, music, and videos are not going to stop, okay? We are in our AI era. I'm calling it that. It is what it is.
Ugh, I don't like it.
I know, but it's true. We're in the AI era. We are. It is true. We are in the AI era.
I know.
Okay, good. Thank you for acknowledging. Thank you for the acknowledgement, finally. Okay, and while I know a lot of people are not fans of AI, like Morgan, it seems one company has really made a mess with the use of AI and their holiday commercial. So why don't you guys take a look at this?
Not the music. Don't DMCA us.
All right, that's Coca-Cola's newest holiday ad, and that is supposed to be an updated version of the 1995 spot that Coca-Cola runs to get people in the Christmas spirit. But the spot, which runs only 16 seconds, has put a lot of people in a sour mood. The company's European CMO, Javier Meza, explained why he decided to use AI to create the spot. He told Marketing Week, "We didn't start by saying, okay, we need to do this with AI. This brief was we want to bring holidays are coming into the present, and then we explored AI as a solution to that. But people across social media are calling this slop, embarrassing, and creepy. And what's worse is people recreated the Coca-Cola Christmas ad in GTA San Andreas 14 years ago, and people across social media are saying it's more authentic. So take a look at this one.
What? No. Play. I love this. I love
And
that
just
this.
imagine like the songs playing in your head.
Yeah, I like
Holidays
this is
coming.
this was what was made in San Andreas.
Yeah,
I love this.
I know. That's what I'm saying. People thought this was more authentic.
Oh man, what the heck, Coca-Cola?
The holidays are coming.
Holidays are coming.
They're coming. Just imagine that playing. All right. So, what's even more sad, Morgan, is that
Oh no,
Coca-Cola isn't scraping at the bottom of the barrel to find money.
of
They
course
could have
not.
hired a real team to put together this commercial. I just hope this isn't the end of actually making commercials and hiring people to do the job, because this is sad. It is so sad to see that they created this AI commercial. I mean, don't get me wrong. You look at it, it's like, okay, I get it. It's AI, but it is a little creepy, especially with the smiles. The smiles are
Oh,
a
awful.
little creeped out. The guy at the end, who grabs the Coke and has it was
Smile
creepy.
3. That is what this commercial is.
Right. And then the Coca-Cola bears, the polar bears just chilling. I'm like, what? They're just chilling by themselves. Like, it's just not good at all. And this is an example of why, of AI that doesn't go well. And, I'm not like, okay, AI needs to fix their shit. What I'm saying is use it as oh, that's a great idea. Thanks for this idea, AI. You brainstormed this. Now let's recreate this with using actual things. Like take it as a concept. Don't use it as a full product. And that's why I'm like, AI is a great brainstorming tool and is not an end all be all. Put it together, slap
100%.
it on a page, and let it go.
Absolutely. Like there are uses that for AI out there that are really good. I worked with a company when I was at the radio stations for a while that kind of utilized AI for doing AI voiceovers for like work for customers and everything. Like if we were like let's say partnered with Coca-Cola, we could utilize AI to actually read a script for us. We would input the script and it could read it, but that was recorded by people at their company. Like so it wasn't like that is a AI that is built to be an AI but isn't stealing from people. Um
Right.
because like that's a big issue with like the music that's out there to make AI. I know there's a big one that just came out that has officially been forced in legal proceedings to announce that they've trained their AI with musicians' music, which means the AI is technically stealing uh music of other musicians to make its own. Then there's also the whole issue with like AI is trained for like making those images that we think are really cool. Though I do think they are awesome for like concept art. Like I would utilize that if I'm trying to like because I'm not the best storyboarder, maybe to storyboard for a film I'm making and be like, this is my vision, but we need to recreate and make it original. We need, just because like I'm not the strongest artist in terms of like people yet. I'm hoping to change that. But anyway, um, That's what this AI stuff makes me upset about, is like this here, like you just said at the end of your talk about it in your segment, is I hope like this is like something that people could have been hired to do. And that is what's the most frustrating. Like, this is my career. I make films, I make videos, I make commercials. We could have hired a team to do this, and it's taking away from that. And also not giving a product that is enjoyable by the consumers. Like, put Coca-Cola, the company, aside. The audience of this commercial is coming out and saying, like, this sucks. And if they think it sucks, is that really going to push them to buy Coca-Cola? No. Will it stop them, especially if it being the brand Coca-Cola? No. But, it's just one of those things where it's like there is amazing uses for AI, and sadly, in my opinion, this is not one of them, because there are amazing creators out there that can make it for them.
Well, and what's sad too is like, does this actually fit Coca-Cola's mission and vision and
Yeah.
everything, their values? I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, I get it. You want to think outside the box, and sometimes thinking outside the box means that you need to cut corners, but you can't cut corners,
Yeah.
especially if you're a company that's not scraping by. That's why I was like, they're not scraping
Right.
at the bottom of the barrel. They have money. They have the means. And their headquarters is literally down in Atlanta. Like, come on. It's
You have
not like
all
they're
the
in
big
a
studios. Like,
right.
you're
It's not
you're
like
you're
they're
in
in
a
a
filming
they're in a
hub.
they're not in a city that's, has nothing. Like they're not in like,
They're not in Michigan.
Detroit. Like if we go with Detroit really doesn't have a film company anymore. They used to,
Hmm.
but they don't have it anymore, Like they're in Atlanta. They're in Georgia where they
You
make
have
a
big,
ton of stuff.
and like they do a lot of, for this, like Coca-Cola, especially with like the polar bears and everything, it's a lot of animation that they do. It's okay, you have major animators in your area because of like the Netflix studios that happen to be there, but also fucking Disney has animators in Georgia,
Well,
and
they have TNT and TBS down there.
yeah. So like, but either
So
way,
they
like,
have Cartoon Network.
yep. Yep. And
Yeah.
then, oh, just a little hop over the state border, you also have Florida. So you can pull animators, even if you want to hire some freelance animators that live in Florida to come in and do your stuff over in Atlanta. Like, there are so many options, and they could have made
Mhm.
so many jobs available
Yeah.
to people in a market that's really hard for people to find jobs. And I'm speaking from experience right now.
No,
uh
I know.
but it's just, it's disappointing, and sadly we saw this even just recently happen with the season 2 poster of Arcane. I was talking to you about it, Kitty, personally, because it was potentially going to be a story for the show this week, and they put out a poster that was made with AI,
Yep.
and people could see that the hand was wrong on Jinx and everything, and it has since been taken down, because actually I believe it's Riot Games who's behind the show, came and actually put Netflix on blast. Was like, this does not align with what we like, and this is a disrespectful to all of the artists that have put in all of their hard work into this show. Like, if you wanted that as a, like you were saying, use it as an idea. Okay, use AI to create this image of an Arcane poster to put on
Mhm.
Netflix, and then you send it to the artist like, "Hey, I made this with AI. This is what I'm envisioning. Could you recreate this but make it even better?"
Right.
But that's not what they did.
Well, we'll see how AI kind of tweaks itself down the road. I mean, there, like I said, there are some good things for it too. When it comes to um finances and stuff like that, AI can be very helpful,
Yeah, even the
you know,
medical field, it's doing a lot in the medical
very
and
helpful.
science field.
But I mean, it's definitely something that needs to be regulated,
Yes,
and you can't
absolutely.
just let it run amok, unfortunately. I mean, I get yelled at all the time for, when I'm in school because I'm getting my master's, and it's like, don't use AI. And I'm like, well, I use it as a tool to like help me understand some material because I don't have a teacher teaching me. I'm doing it all by myself,
Right.
even though I'm in a school. And there are maybe sometimes lecture videos and sometimes not. Sometimes it's just read the material and try to understand it. So like I use it as a way to help me break down the complex ideas that we're learning so that I have a better understanding of what's going on.
I mean, I
So,
use AI right now to combat the AI that's reading all my resumes. I have an AI literally read the job postings for me and let me know what what keywords I need to make sure I have it in my resume before submitting, because
Yeah.
I have to combat the AI that so many hiring companies are using now too, which isn't fair because it's not, doesn't let somebody really take a look at your resume and get a skill set. You have to just hope that you have all the numbers and all the words and the letters that the AI is looking for. Otherwise, you're just going to
Right.
get thrown away and get a rejection email, or not, or they'll just leave you hanging forever. So,
But I will say it's very helpful when you do D&D stuff. Not gonna
I'm
lie.
old school though.
I know, but the problem is sometimes I can't, like, if I need a specific, so that anybody who's been watched my campaign that I'm still in the process of making, Morgan's character came into my bazaar, and there was a method of exchange when it came to buying something at an NPC's, well, played by a person though, store, and that
Mm-hmm.
was to exchange memories for said object. I used AI to help me set up the roll table for it because I don't know how to do that stuff.
Sure.
So, like, that was very helpful for me. It was like, here's a concept. And I was like, I love this concept because I was trying to figure out what's a good way to do an exchange. And I had AI help me with it. And I was like, this is great. And I could just tweak wherever I want to tweak. So AI can be, like I said, very helpful, but then also very hurtful. So
Sure.
it's a fine line we're walking right now. And until we figure out what's the rights and the wrongs, we're going to have issues because people don't. It's like when you get a new toy, you don't know how far you can push it yet, right? Until you break it. So at some point, somebody's going to break it, and then they're going to be like, "Oh, we went too far." So we'll see what happens down the road.
It's very fair.
Maybe Coca-Cola will get their act together and actually start hiring people
Come on,
again.
Coca-Cola, you have enough money.
Even if it's seasonal, just hire them seasonal for a while.
Yeah.
Hello, Final.
Hello, hello. All right, everybody. Right now, we're going to take a very quick, short break, mainly so I can refill my water. But when we return, we have the Game Award 2024 nominees. They are set, and we are here to tell you who they are. But yeah, let's find out if your favorite game made the list or not. Find out next after this short little break. All right, everybody. The Game Awards have released their nominations for 2024. We are taking a look at some of the games. So let's start off with the Game of the Year nominees. So we have, for the Game of the Year, we have Astrobot, Bellatro, I hope I said that right, Black Myth Wukong. We have Elden Ring Shadow of the Eder Tree, I hope I said that right, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, and Metaphor Fantasio. I totally said that one wrong. A quick little note for everybody though: Black Myth Wukong holds a strong Open Critic rating, with an 82 top critic average. That's really good, guys. If you aren't aware, like that's a fantastic Open Critic review. The other 5 nominated games have mighty Open Critic ratings as well that are all above the 90th percentile of games. So these are all very highly rated games that are put in for Game of the Year.
Yeah, and I know Elden Ring and Black Myth, Wukong are, big name games that people love.
Yes.
Like, so is Final Fantasy. I'm not gonna don't get me
Astrobot's a
wrong.
big name too, but
See, I don't know a lot about Astrobot, but I guess I have to go do some research.
yeah, so Astrobot is PlayStation 5, like PC, PlayStation
Oh,
specific. Like
okay.
when I got my PlayStation 5, it had Astrobot immediately on there. That like it's a little game you can always play. Astrobot, the one that's actually being nominated, I think is a newer version than what like came with my PlayStation though. I think they released another game if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong on that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of Black Myth Wukong play, and also with
It
Elden
looks so
Ring.
good.
But yeah, get to
Looks
play the
so good.
monkey. Yeah.
Like I don't know, I struggle with single player games as I have mentioned many times, everybody. But I would love to play Black Myth Wukong. I don't think I'd ever get through it. But it looks sick.
Yeah, no, it looks amazing. And like based on what you wear changes whatever your ability is that you can do in the game from what I've seen.
Hmm.
Elden Ring, just like anybody who likes like a Souls-like game, this is I guess this is the expansion, right? This is the DLC part of it.
Yes, the Shadow of Eder Tree is like the most recent DLC that came out for it.
And you don't have this one, but you have the original, the base game.
Correct. Correct.
Okay. Which you're scared to play. Got it. And as you
I
guys know, Final Fantasy is also a game. All the franchise of Final Fantasy is a game that's really great when it comes to narrative, when it comes to gameplay, overall. So I'm not surprised, honestly. To be fair,
no,
not
it was
surprised
a
to
big
get on it.
release of the year, so it doesn't surprise me. It's even getting, I believe it's NetEase actually who just made the uh Destiny Rising mobile game. They're actually working on a Final Fantasy mobile game as well.
Oh, interesting. There is a Final Fantasy mobile game that's more 8-bit
Hmm.
that's out there. So, I mean, there are previous ones, but if they're making a newer one, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think
I
it's
don't really know
NetEase
a lot
though.
about Metaphor, and Bellarato. They're not
I
really.
Those are the two that I'm not familiar with at all.
All right, well, we'll just hope for. Who do you want to win? I'm thinking it's gonna be a tie. It's gonna be a tight race between Black Myth and Elden Ring, to be honest.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm feeling too. We could get a surprise from any of the others, but I personally, I'm hoping it's one of those two. Just
Hmm.
from what I've seen gameplay wise, like Elden Ring, for example, though I am afraid to play it, I didn't realize how difficult that game was going to be, and I know that I'm going to struggle. That is why I haven't played it. Um, I have made a
Struggle
death.
bus
I
rainbow.
have technically made a death counter to use on whenever if I ever stream it. But yeah, it's a fantastic game. It's very intuitive. There's a lot to that game, and I'm sure there is with Black Myth. I just haven't played. I don't know that one as well, but it looks fantastic, and the story looks really exciting. So,
Guys, just give
personally,
her
those are my two
encouragement.
picks. Hmm?
Give her encouragement to play Elden Ring. Come on.
Yeah, you'll make my husband happy. He's like, "I bought this for you 2 Christmases ago, and you haven't touched it." And I'm like, "I'm sorry, I'm scared."
Historical stream incoming 800 death stream confirmed.
Have you seen me play Call of Duty? It's probably going to be more.
Oh, you just gotta get good, man. Call of Duty's not hard.
Hey, I'll be saying, since I've been playing it quite a bit lately, I'm getting better. My KD is positive for the first time ever in my life on Call
Well,
of
that's
Duty.
good. You know what's really funny is last time I played Call of Duty, I played with a controller. And I got a 24-1 win, and I was like, fuck yeah!
Nice, nice.
Yeah, I was very excited about that one.
Yeah, so I'm not personally, Michael, very familiar with a metaphor, but yeah, I didn't know it was done by the Persona Studio, so that's really cool. The Persona Studios makes really good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I
The
think that
Persona
that
games are
I
really
think
fun.
that kind of comes into it though, because it is more of like an anime-esque video
Mm-hmm.
game. It's just anime games, though they are very big. They're not as necessarily the most massive type of games here in the U.S.
Right.
So that could be why there's less hype because the Game Awards is very U.S. I don't want to say U.S. leaning, but there's a lot of U.S. people involved. So
Well, I think it's also like how much are we seeing from gamers? Like what are they really getting hyped on? Like if gamers are getting super hyped on, you know, Black Myth and Elden Ring because when they came out they were like crazed about, and you have your Final Fantasy grouping out there and everything too. You're gonna see that super hype over that way. And then Metaphor, like, yeah, you're gonna have your group that loves it, but not everybody that plays Black Myth, Elden Ring, and Final Fantasy knows Metaphor, like, or
right,
Astrobot, like, or Ballorato. There's everybody's got their little niches, and so like it just you're gonna see extra hype on the bigger groups that like the different games that are standing out. So that's
absolutely.
probably why we're not seeing as much hype for that game, even though it's probably a fantastic game, and reason why it is on the list of Game of the Year.
Yeah. But let's also take a look real quick at the best game direction because well, they're all
No
the same.
change.
There's no change. They're all the same. So for all the games that were for the game of the year, they're all the same ones for the best game direction. So obviously these games were doing something right. They are directed great. Look at them. They all six of them have taken two major categories.
Well, the fact that you're just like, and they're the same. It is fascinating though that they are literally carbon copies of each other for best game direction and game of the year. So I personally think that if Black Myth or Elden Ring or even Metaphor or any of these get game of the year, right? And a different one gets best game direction. I mean, it's a win. It is a
Yeah.
win because literally you're going up against the same people in both categories.
Yeah,
So
and we could get the same game taking both categories. We'll see what happens.
that is
That'll be
that
an
is true.
interesting because like honestly and one could argue how could it be the game of the year if it doesn't have the best game direction?
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see how the committee decides.
Let the voting begin.
Yeah, basically.
All right, let's take a look at your nominees for Best Narrative. All right, we got Final Fantasy Rebirth on there. Not surprised. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. I haven't really heard too much about
I don't
this
know that
one.
one.
Metaphor is on this one as well. Sensua's Saga Hellblade 2, which is the next installment of the Sensua Saga. And then Silent Hill 2. So we've got only 5 up for this category. Not bad. We're still doing pretty good. Note that you guys can take home with you is Sensuous Saga Hellblade 2 and Silent Hill 2 both received strong open critic ratings, while the other 3 games received mighty ratings. So that could be hinting at where we're going, maybe, possibly.
Hmm.
Oh, Like a
Interesting.
Dragon is the latest Yakuza game. Okay, Yakuza
Very
game.
nice.
I haven't played a lot of like Yakuza games.
I haven't either.
Yeah, it's just something that I'm you know what? One thing about me is I'm not a huge anime type person, so I won't be playing a lot of anime games when you watch me play games. But I love the fact that there is a niche for that. I love the fact that there are gamers that love that kind of stuff,
It's exciting
that
to see
that is
them
there.
being so recognized as well. Because if you think
Yeah.
about it, Final Fantasy is one, like a Dragon is one, Metaphor is one. We had earlier, I believe, maybe Bellatro may not be, but I don't know. I have to look at the images of that again. But I don't know. From this one, I personally, I think I hope Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 wins. I have not played the
Yeah.
game. I'm going off of just like watching it, but like like I've played and watched a lot of the first one,
Mhm.
and it is such a deep
Oh yeah.
story. Like just because it doesn't surprise me with how deep Senua's story is that it's up for best narrative.
Yeah, I haven't played a lot of the first one, but I understand and I know how her story is. Like I know the struggle that she goes through and everything. And so like just the way that they tell her story in the game is just incredible.
It's
And I'm
very
not surprised that
heartbreaking.
oh, very much so. And I mean, even Final Fantasy, they do an incredible job of telling a narrative story, even though I might not know all of it. Let's just face the facts. I
Yeah,
don't know all of it, and that's okay. But for those who are huge Final Fantasy fans, like just from playing the one, oh my God, I can never remember every number out there, but I've played online, which the story is not as, to me, this online one isn't as strong for a story, but and I'm sorry guys who are huge Final Fantasy fans, but I feel like the individual ones like Lightning and Final Fantasy, not Rebirth, but the one before that one that came out with the guys, I think that was 10, maybe. I don't know. I don't know all my Final Fantasy numbers. But anyway, I feel like they had really strong storylines to them. I feel like for an online game, or for an online game, it could be kind of difficult to tell a story as you know, uh, as heartbreaking or like wrenching. I guess
for
it just
sure.
depends on who's developing it. But Final Fantasy does a great job overall of their storylines. So if I were to pick, I think it's going to be pretty close between, and I don't know about Silent Hill 2. I haven't really watched a lot of Silent Hill.
Yeah, I haven't
So
been on with that one.
KP like Final Fantasy something was clearly better. I think it will be a pretty tight race though. I think Sensua's Saga will probably take it if I had to be a betting person though. Cuz I always felt like her story was a lot stronger.
It's very deep. It's very strong. On top of that, coupled by just how beautiful that game is, like
Mhm.
it's dark. Like it is a dark colored game. It purposely because of the themes that it follows, but it's very well done. But for now, we're gonna talk about best ongoing games.
I have to
So
say, we got dukes on this one. You and I, we're duking it out.
let's go.
Duking it out, man.
It won't be any surprise when I say these names which ones her and I are duking it out for. But the nominees for best ongoing game, we have Destiny 2, Let's Go, then Kitty has Diablo 4.
Let's go.
Then there is Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite for some fucking reason, and Helldivers 2.
Yeah, Helldivers for some reason.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, I love Helldivers. But it's in a different category that I'd prefer it to win in because Destiny 2 deserves this W.
No.
Yeah.
No.
D-
No.
Diablo 4 isn't even ongoing. It came out
It
how
is.
long ago?
It is ongoing.
I know. I'm just Destiny 2's been out longer.
It is ongoing. This is the first game that they made to make it an ongoing game, which is amazing. All right. There is a lot of critics out there who say that the latest storyline sucks. And I'm like, do you guys not realize what they're doing? Because they're saying like there's no conclusion to the storyline. There's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be ongoing because this
Mm-hmm.
is a game that they finally can make that is very similar. And I am so like this is what I've always wanted, especially when they released the fact that they said that it was going to be an online multiplayer type game where you can play with others, open world kind of thing. I always wanted them to take it as Diablo 4 becomes now WoW, in the sense of we keep adding to the story and the story never ends because that
Because
is how
on and
WoW
on,
fans
my
are.
friends.
But wow, that's how WoW fans are. They're like, oh my god, the story just doesn't end, and I keep learning new stuff, and I keep getting new places to go, and that's what I want Diablo 4 to do. And
Sure.
that's why it's like, sweet, it's been ongoing because normally the pattern with Diablo has been you get your base game, you get your expansion, and we're done. You get your base game, you get your expansion, and we're done. So this has been the first one where it's like, we got a base game, we got an expansion, and now we have a question mark. And I'm like, yes, finally. So I'm really excited for this one. I'm glad that it's in best ongoing. Um, we'll see who wins. I mean, may the best game win. And when I say the best game, I mean Diablo 4.
Yeah, so Latin does say that Final Fantasy is probably going to win because the growth that game has seen that game has seen is insane. Sadly, I don't disagree. I could see Final Fantasy swooping in and taking the dub only because everybody has a stick up their ass for Final Fantasy. I'm kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
over Final Fantasy. Like, come on, we're at Final Fantasy 14. Does it really need another win? No. And I don't want to be that person who's hating on the devs, but like, sorry, you guys have put in so much work and you guys are amazing. You're making really good stuff. But I don't want to see Final Fantasy take another fucking win. Give it to Destiny 2 who deserves it.
They'll give it to Fortnite, and then we'll all be mad.
Oh, if it goes to Fortnite, I'm raging.
We'll all be mad. We'll be fine.
At least go give it to a game with fucking story.
Yeah, I know, because Fortnite was supposed to have a story, and they didn't do that. Once they released Battle Royale, they were like, well, this is our niche now. And I was like,
Yep.
cool.
Anyway, go on to the next one before we fight.
All right, let's take a look at best independent games. The nominees are Animal Well, Balarato, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, Neva, and UFO 50. So here's a fun little fact about some of these games. UFO 50 is a unique entry among this list of nominees because it is a compilation of 50 different games with a range of genres. Animal Well and Balarato are each created by solo developers, so that's interesting, making their recognition even more impressive among the rest of their competition. Animal Well, I have seen. That's a game that I personally think that Shirtless Dan would love because it
Mm.
is not your typical game. It is a game that is a side scroller, but it also has puzzles. You have to solve either mathematically or uh or through um moving stuff or little hints and everything in the game to figure out different rooms. And I watched Pirate Software play this game, and it is just interesting how he can just think about what needs to happen in said room, and then he's like, "Oh my god, I get it." And I'm like, "I don't know what you did, but okay, that sounds great." Lorelei and the Laser Eyes I have not seen. Neva I have not seen. Balarato, as you guys know, is up for Game of the Year, so this game has really been making its stride. You will see it probably a couple more times in some of the nominations, so it could be a lot of sweeps for Balarato down the road if they do well. And UFO 50 is actually really interesting that it's a compilation of 50 different games, which is something that I might have to look into and see what it's about because it could be a fun game to check out for our show.
Yeah. The one on this list that I'm the most excited for, and I would personally like to give the win to, is Neva. Neva is one I actually found a little while back. I will be honest, I have not played it yet. But it is on my wish list. It is absolutely visually stunning. You know, it is another surprisingly another 2D side scroller. It has adventure, it has puzzles, there's platforming in it, and it follows this beautiful tale of a young woman and her bond with this magnificent wolf as they embark on
Hmm.
an adventure in a dying world. And it kind of gives me a little bit of like Ori vibes, if everybody remembers Ori, and it's just genuinely stunning. I actually mentioned it to Michael like a couple months ago, be like, "Hey, look this game up. It looks gorgeous." And yeah, that personally, I don't really know any of the others if I'm being honest, so it's a little bit of biasness just because I only know Neva. But I am actually very excited to see that Neva because it was to me a indie game that I had only recently found that I wanted to get. So I'm
Yeah.
excited to see that it's on there. It has extremely positive reviews. I think I think it's at 94% for both all
Oh,
time
wow.
and recent on Steam. So yeah, that's my pick. But next we have the best debut of an indie game, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, let's take a look at what that is. We have for the nominees, no surprise, once again, Balatro or Bellatro, however the fuck I say it. Animal Well, Manor Lords, Pacific Drive, and The Plucky Squire.
Now, I
I
know you've played Manor Lords.
I have not played Manor Lords.
Oh, I played a
Manor
little bit.
I have
I'm not.
played
I'm actually not surprised
you're
about
thinking of Medieval Dynasty.
That's what I'm
Um
thinking.
but Manor Lords again is the only one I'm familiar with, and actually I am interested in trying it out. So my win would go to Manor Lords. I don't know
So
the
if you
others
want to
well
play
enough,
Manor
sadly.
Lords, I think it's still on Xbox Game Pass.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
Good to know.
The
Good to
Plucky
know.
Squire looked really cute and
It
something
does
that I
look
was
cute.
like, oh, I tried this out. And I've
It
already
does look
talked about
cute.
Animal Well, so.
Yeah. What do you
All
got
right.
next for us?
Best mobile games. That's right. You guys are going to be excited about this one. So, on the best mobile games nominees are AFK Journey, Balatro again, Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket, woo woo,
Woo!
Wuthering Waves, Zenless Zone Zero. So, designed for mobile, Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket has captivated fans familiar with the famous physical trading card game and invited new players to a digital collection. Besides the popular poker roguelike, oh, that's what this is,
Ah.
Balatro, all other nominees are mobile ports from previously released games. What's fascinating is before the show, I did some looking up. AFK Journey, I didn't look up Ballaratto because I forgot. But Pokemon Trading Card Game, Wuthering Waves, and Zenless Zone Zero are all free. You do not have to pay for them. So if you guys want to check them out on your mobile phones, definitely do so. One thing that Morgan and I might do, we might go back through them and look at some of these games and see which ones we might even take a closer look at down the road, especially with the mobile games because we like our mobile games. They're
Mhm.
starting to take off.
Yeah.
I'm
So
hoping Pokemon though. I'm hoping
as
Pokemon.
much as I
It's not gonna
want
happen.
Pokemon out of this one, just because it's the one that I'm familiar with, I would actually be. I don't want it to win. As much as I want it to win, I don't want it to win. It was released a month ago. We have
Yeah.
3 decks. Like there is not enough variety in TCG right now for me to consider it being the best mobile game. Is it fun to
Right.
hop on every 12 hours and get my decks? Sure. But to me it is not a best mobile game yet. I think it will be once they get to the chance of releasing more content. But by the time that this actually airs, they're not going to have that content out yet.
No.
So uh, to me, like it would almost be a slap in the face to the other 4 if Pokemon TCG Pocket wins.
Yeah, I think if anything, it'll probably be like closer to ZZZ, maybe
Mm-hmm.
AFK Journey. AFK Journey's, a game that is very easy to play. A lot of
Easy to
these are.
play, beautiful anime game.
Yeah.
As
So
Michael just said in chat, ZZZ is a gorgeous game. I don't know Withering Waves yet. Um, Apparently Balatro or however the hell I say it. I need to look it up after so I actually know. Um, yeah, I personally wouldn't think a roguelike game for apparently what was it? Um
poker.
Poker would be
Mhm.
a soaring game, but I'm also not a poker person, so
I can see it like that though, being a soaring game because a lot of people like card games, and sometimes it's easy to do a card game on your
sure.
phone. Like
I mean, I
technically,
play solitaire
TCG
on my
is a
phone.
card, huh?
I play solitaire on my phone occasionally.
Right.
So
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, even though if you're, okay, you're not a big poker person, so that's fine, but it's still a card game.
sure. Yeah, that's fair. That's very fair.
All right, let's get into our favorite category because we love this category.
We love multiplayer games, guys, and so we're getting into the best multiplayer game. And I have thoughts. I'm just gonna say
You
that now.
thought?
I have thoughts on this one.
Okay.
So, diving into it though, our nominees for this category are Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Tekken 8, and Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2.
Yes.
So, first things first, I want Helldivers 2 to win. Helldivers 2 came in really strong and it released, and I had a fucking ball on that game with all of our friends. Like, it was such a good time. Space Marines 2 is a really good candidate as well. However, I'm as much as I actually am really enjoying Black Ops 6, it's kind of the same thing. Like, I hate seeing Black Ops or just Call of Duty on this list. Like, it's fun, it's great, yeah, it's a multiplayer game, but like, I don't know, like, sometimes I wish they would make way with these titles we have seen on this list so many times before for other games that deserve the recognition. Not saying that Call of Duty Black Ops 6 doesn't. It released still within the year, so yes, it's still very eligible. um I just personally, it's just one of those things where it's like we've seen Call of Duty on here time and time again. It'd be nice to see new titles.
I kind of want Super Mario Party to win.
Dan has added that to his Christmas wish list for my Dan has added that to his Christmas wish list that he's making for the family. So Jamboree
It
is
looks
fun. I've
super
watched
cute.
people play it. I've watched streamers play Jamboree together, and it's really fun.
I really love I love Super Mario Party though. Like,
Yeah,
if I had to choose between playing like Super Mario Party and Call of Duty, I'd rather play Super Mario Party. Just because
I'd
it's
rather
so
play
fun.
Call of Duty.
I understand.
But that's usually just because I don't have a big enough group for like
That's fair.
Super Mario, and also I hate the Switch.
Well, fine. Port it, guys. Port it to PC. It'll be fun.
Please, please, Nintendo.
Maybe it's on the list. Maybe it's on the list of things I'll do.
Yeah, my
eventually
personal
down.
pick for this though is Helldivers 2.
Okay, that's fair. I just think that Warhammer's not out long enough.
Agreed.
Same with Call of Duty.
Agreed.
I wouldn't be surprised if Tekken 8 takes it. Tekken is a great
And Tekken 8
fighting game.
did have a lot of build right at the beginning when it launched.
Yeah.
It has its
People
cult
love Tekken.
following.
People love Tekken. Like,
Yep.
if you it's kind of like Mortal Kombat. If you are a Mortal Kombat fan or a Tekken fan, like, you are that cult following for that game, and that's it. Like, you bleed Tekken everywhere, and that's fine. I love every once in a while. I love a good get in, fight some people, beat them up, take my wins, and go. Like, I love those type of games, but I have to be in the mood for it for sure.
It's fair.
So I'm thinking Tekken. I think it's gonna be either Tekken or Super Mario, but that's just me.
Yeah. Holding out for Helldivers. Let's go, Helldivers.
All right, let's look at your most anticipated games coming out. So these are the ones that people are super excited about, getting ready for. So we got Death Stranding 2 on the beach. Ghost of Yotai. Yotai?
Yotai is correct. You got it right.
I'm good at this. Grand Theft Auto 6, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, and Monster Hunter Wilds. I'm kind of disappointed though, because we put literally Grand Theft Auto 6 on there. Where's my Borderlands? I'm sorry. I'm gonna
I feel
be a
like
little
the announcement
salty.
for Borderlands just wasn't like.
I'm a little salty, okay?
I get it. I get it. I hate that. My concern is that Grand Theft Auto 6 will take the win of this category.
Oh, for sure.
It's gonna win this, but honestly, the one I want to win this is Ghost of Yotai. This is
Actually, what I want to win this is Monster Hunter Wilds, to be fair.
Okay.
Because
It's not bad pick.
Monster Hunter is a incredible game that a lot of people play, and I really think that people are super excited for Monster Hunter Wilds.
So Ghost of Yotai, I got immediate hype for. Like, I haven't even played Ghost of Tsushima, guys. I sat there and when my husband was playing Ghost of Tsushima, I was like, okay, um, are you? I mean, I literally would go up to him and be like, are you playing Ghost of Tsushima today? He's like, do you want me to? It's like, yes, please. I want to sit there and watch you play it. So I literally sat there and like I love the story of Ghost of Tsushima so much. I made someone play it for me. It's fine. Shh, it's fine. But I sat there like doing stuff, work on my PC while he played it and just enjoyed it. And getting the sequel to it and the lead is a female. We're getting a female lead in a like samurai Japanese story, which is awesome to see. And they're voiced by Erika Ishii, who's a huge name over in like online humor as well as Dungeons and Dragons and stuff over on the internet. So it's just a really great name, and it's amazing to see her take on this role and be able to represent her culture as well. I think it's going to be a very rich game. It's a very beautiful game already from what I've seen. I really hope Ghost of Yotai takes this win, but honestly, I think everything on this list is going to lose to Grand Theft Auto 6.
Which is sad.
Yeah.
Which is sad.
Grand Theft Auto 6 doesn't even have a release date. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, neither does Borderlands. That's why I'm like, why can't Borderlands 4 be on there? Come on. What the fuck? Doesn't have a release date. If you're going to put a game on there that doesn't have a release date, at least give me mine.
I mean, to be fair, I don't believe Ghost of Yotai does either. It just has the year, like the release year. But I hate that GTA is probably going to win this category.
Probably. All right, guys. Well, if you want to watch the Game Awards, they will air Thursday, December 12th from 6:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern. Morgan and I will not be live streaming them or anything, but what we will do is the next show, we're going to go through all the winners and we're going to present to you guys the winners of the Game Awards. And we're going to talk about them. We're going to talk about who wins, why we thought they won, even if it's just, okay, we get it, it's the hype, and hopefully you guys will tune in for that show. And if you catch the show of the actual awards, awesome. If not, come see our show because we'll just break it all down for you.
Obviously, there are more categories than what has been stated. These are just the ones that we're really interested in and thought were the most, exciting for us to talk about with you guys in chat. So, there are more categories that are up for that do have nominations. So if you want to see that, we will post later after the show is done in our Discord the link where you can see all the nominations. So
Oh,
yeah,
also though, if we do see any surprising wins from the ones that we did not cover, we will put that in our show.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, the holidays are creeping in fast, but don't worry, Morgan, and I have you covered. That's right. We're going to be diving back into the Black Friday deals so that you can get that perfect gift for that some special someone on your list. So stay tuned.
All right, let's be right back. All right, everyone. We've already shared with you some crazy cell phone deals, but with Black Friday and Cyber Monday a week away, the deals have begun. So, one of the biggest deals of the week is Amazon's Black Friday week. Now through Black Friday, November 29th, Amazon will have massive amounts of impressive discounts across various shopping categories. But that's not all from Amazon. The Audible Premium Plus subscription is available for 99 cents a month for 3 months. This would normally cost a total of $44.95 for all 3 months, and you'll get a $20 Audible credit if you enroll. This deal is available now through December 31st and is only available for non-current Audible subscribers. However, another big standout for the Amazon sales is the discount on their very own device, the Fire TV Stick 4K. What would normally cost you $49.99 before tax currently is discounted to $21.99, the cheapest it has ever been. The Fire Stick 4K Max, the upgraded edition of the previous mentioned product, is at an all-time low for $32.99. Just a reminder, if you have Xbox Games Pass subscription, you can now use a Fire Stick to stream Xbox games at no extra cost. And in more Amazon sale news, the Amazon Echo Dot speakers are discounted to $22.99, and Amazon is also offering new subscribers a free 3-month trial to Amazon Music Unlimited for Black Friday. You do not need to be an Amazon Prime member to take advantage of this Amazon Music deal, just so you know. But there are even more outstanding deals available during the Amazon Black Friday week, so make sure to check out their deals before time runs out.
But what about video game sales?
I don't know. What about it?
Well, you're in luck because BattleNet has their Black Friday sale going on right now on their site until December 2nd. With discounts available up to 67% off, here are some notable discount mentions. I'm so excited for this. I already jumped on some of this stuff already, so if you're huge and into BattleNet and you want to get a game, go for it. So, the standard edition for Diablo 4 is down to $29.99 from $49.99, and the Diablo 4 expansion bundle is $15 more for $44.99, which is normally $69.99. And though StarCraft is free to play, the StarCraft Remastered Edition, that is normally $14.99, is on sale for $7.49. As for its sequel, the StarCraft 2 campaign collection is on sale for $29.99, which is $10 off. And lastly, for BattleNet, Crash Bandicoot 4 is 50% off from $39.99 to $19.99. But that doesn't end the video game sales we found, Morgan. What else do we got?
Sorry, I was dealing with my cat.
I'm watching her and everything as I'm reading this, and I'm like, she'll get back eventually I keep reading.
Sorry, my cat was being a butthead, so I had to remove him from my desk. Anyway, in terms of what else we got, well, KP, Epic Games has their Black Friday and Cyber Monday sale going on now through December 3rd, ending that day at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. So here are some really good deals that I found. To start with, we have Star Wars Outlaws. That is 25% off for $82.99, which is normally $109.99. Now, this is for their deluxe edition, just so everybody knows. We then have the Alan Wake 2 Deluxe Edition is discounted to $34.99 from $69.99. And Cyberpunk is 40% off for $44.99. Then for the football fans, EA Sports Madden NFL 25 Deluxe Edition is now $49.99, which is half off. Then continuing on, we have the Deluxe Edition of Hogwarts Legacy. that is at a massive discount of 70% off, bringing the price to only $20.99. Assassin's Creed also has major sales going on. To mention a few of the titles that have the Master Assassin Edition of Assassin's Creed Mirage discounted to $35.99. The complete edition of Valhalla is available for 75% off for $34.99. And the last Assassin's Creed title I'll mention, because there are more that are on sale, is actually on sale for 85% off, and that is for Assassin's Creed Origins Gold Edition. That is actually on sale right now for $14.99. We also have the Dying Light Definitive Edition. It is normally $49.99, but during the Epic Games sale, it is only $9.99. So that's some major sales there as well. I'm sorry, Owen, you're in the way. And then lastly, just another one I want to mention, because there are plenty more. I was not going to bring up all of them. We also have the Legendary Edition of Marvel's Midnight Suns, and that is on sale for $19.99 and is normally $100, guys. So yeah, there are plenty more amazing video game products for, oh, when you were screwing me up. There are plenty more amazing video game discounts, everybody, going on over at Epic Games. So make sure you head over to find discounted titles that might interest you. But I think you got another one for us, right, KP?
Hey, that's right, Morgan. I sure do.
Oh, good.
So, Elden Ring fans, we have talked about Elden Ring this whole show. So, Elden Ring, which has made massive waves in the gaming world, even considered one of the best games of all time, is available for the cheapest it has ever been listed for. $19.99 is what you can get Elden Ring for, or $49.99 for the Elden Ring Shadow of the Edertree edition, which includes the base game and the DLC. Now, these discounts are available on Xbox, PlayStation 5, and PlayStation 4, and this is definitely a hot deal worth jumping on for the console players, which we will have to wait and see if we can get the same discounts for the PC players during this upcoming autumn Steam sale, which starts this upcoming week.
Woo woo.
Bye, Owen.
He's doing something. Go to your father.
You're fighting with the cat. I'm fighting with light. I've got light slowly creeping towards my face right now.
Well, the last sale we're mentioning during this show, because there's so many out there right now, is discounts on the PS5 Slim and PlayStation DualSense controllers. So, the PlayStation 5 Slim is down from $424.99 for the disc version of the console, and $374.99 for the digital edition. So that is a discount for the disc version as well as the digital edition, and this is available across multiple retailers. And the PlayStation DualSense controllers are discounted to an amazing sale of only $20 for Black Friday, which is probably the best price we've seen for these controllers all year, let alone, I think, ever. Like, this is, if you need an additional PlayStation 5 controller, holy cow, go get it during Black Friday, because that is cheap as fuck.
Right?
That's crazy cheap. But are we ready to show everybody what we made?
Yes.
Everybody, we promised you that we'd be starting to put together lists. Now, we want to remind you that though we have put these together on wish lists on our Amazon account, please know we are not asking for these items. These are just lists if you need help shopping for people in your life that are nerdy or otherwise. These are what we're putting together for you. So the first one I'm going to go ahead and show y'all is the list I made for the cook in your life. So this is our gifts for the cook.
For Morgan, that's okay, I guess.
I mean, if you want to send something to us, you can, but we don't have an address tied to any address tied to these lists, so I don't know how you're going to get them to us. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
this magical.
The gifts for the cook list that I made does have a lot of like fun gadgets, but I did make sure to add additional items. Like here we see, towels. We have some aprons on here, cute signs, mittens. Hexclad are really good products. Own some Hexclad and I love them. But then we get into more like, oh, here are little gadgets. Here are even pieces that you can, that are more, machines or like fun tech stuff that you can use for cooking. Some of these I tried to shop as much as I could on the Black Friday deals. That way to get you as many deals as going on right now as possible. But make sure if you have that cook in your life who needs some good deals, go help them out.
I can contest. I love my meter.
Which one?
The meter.
It's good.
It's my favorite.
I want one really bad.
They're so helpful in all cooking. Like it is my go-to. I love it.
I want it because they can go into the oven. Like they're oven safe and they
Yeah,
can sit in the oven.
they're
That's why
oven
I
and
want
grill
one.
safe.
Yep.
They're grill safe too. So
Yep.
I use it on the grill. So
Yeah, I want that for my slow cooking and everything. Really, really bad.
what I love about it is like it'll literally tick you up until it's done, and then when you pull it out and you let it, it'll tell you like your resting time, and then it will ding at you and just say, "Okay, time to eat. Let's go."
Yeah.
And you can pick like everything. So it's like what kind of, if you're doing like chicken, or it'll say like, are you doing like a whole chicken, a breast, a thigh? Like it gives you like a full breakdown of everything. So it makes it really easy to figure out how to use stuff. So definitely recommend the meter
I love
to
the
any.
meter so much. I want one so bad. Like I'm saying this from like an outward perspective. I don't own one yet, but I love it and I want it.
Well, I own one, so I can tell you it's great. I
I've
used
heard
it to cook my
fantastic.
turkey with it.
Yeah,
So
I've heard fantastic reviews on the meter. But
yeah.
next one is the one I may have like given you a little sneak peek at the beginning, and we have a, by no surprise by me, the gifts for the Destiny gamer. So this has a bunch of well-known Destiny plushies. We have stickers. There's the Grimoire books. Fun things you can wear, stuff you can hang, statues, and just plenty more, as well as some really really nice Steel series that are currently on sale. They're 26% off during the Black Friday deal. But yeah, this is,
There you go.
if you have a Destiny lover and fan and gamer in your life, this could be the right list for them. Just saying. I got one of my plushies right here. I love it. I love my ghost plushie so much. And I want all of the plushies. Not all of them, but most of them.
Okay, that's fair. All right, well, you know me, I love Diablo, so why not make a Diablo player list, you know?
Yeah, why
Gifts
not?
for those Diablo fans out there and everything. So this one was a little tricky because there is a mix of both base Diablo to Diablo 4. So if you want to get a Funko, I have all the Funkos on here for Diablo 4 for all the different characters. I love the fact that they do have some of the actual classes that we play, so like Druid and Rogue. The Butcher's on there because I know it brings a lot of horror to a lot of people. Oh, fun Butcher. Always there. Some really fun t-shirts and sweatshirts. Socks that I thought were really fun. A tarot deck, if you're big into tarot. Could be
Ooh.
just really nice to have one of those. Cookbook. And who cannot resist getting the Moo motherfucker? Cow level coffee mug. If you are a huge Diablo fan, you will understand the meaning behind the cow level and what that stands for. So definitely something to think about if you are looking for that right person who loves to play Diablo.
It's awesome. I love that. I'll go shop it for you. All right, everybody. We're going to be making more lists like these all throughout, the next few weeks. So if you
Maybe
have,
a Pokemon one. I did hint at that one.
Pokemon would be good. But
I did hint at that one.
if you have any lists or games or other techie nerdy stuff you would like us to start focusing and making lists for, please put them in chat right now. Put them on our Twitter post to us. Put them in our Discord, please. We would love to hear what sort of things you'd like us to, what lists you'd like us to make for you, and we will happily get them made. But for now, everybody, we want to let you know that our next show is the Steam Autumn Sale. Like the Steam Autumn Sale, as KP already mentioned, gets underway next week. That means deals, and more deals. that I will definitely be shopping. We'll take a look at some of the hot games that you will see on that sale. But as always, we will have all the topics we discussed in our show today in the show topics section on our Discord. So if you want to read those articles that we've pulled for you and take a deeper dive into them, you can do so there. But before you go, don't forget to check us out across all our social medias. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So just search up Tech Grease and you'll find us.
That's right. And don't forget to show us some love. We've been seeing a lot of love coming in right now, and we really appreciate it. But more love is always warranted,
Please.
and always welcome. So if you like our content, hit the little heart on Twitch, or if you're over on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, where you can catch all of our re-airs, all of our individual packages and pieces that we've done.
Ding dong that
so
bell
far.
for notifications.
Yeah, there you go. And it's a great place for us to even put up other things that we'll be doing, like our shorts will be there. Morgan is going to be working on some other pieces that will be showing up in our YouTube.
Very true. KP's also has a list that she's working on as well. We're constantly making new content for you guys, and the best place to be able to see them where you don't have to maybe scroll through these longer shows is over on YouTube. So anything you see that are small videos that we make, you're going to see them there. So yeah, any support helps. Viewing them helps us. Liking the videos, following us, and more is greatly appreciated. Thank you to everybody who's been giving us all the support so far, and we hope that you can help support us over on our other platforms as well.
Yes. And until we see you guys next time, where we sit down, we dive into the autumn Steam sale, which is going to be fantastic and glorious. Keep processing as I fight the sun right now. Fighting the sun. Fighting you, sun.
Have a good one, everybody. Bye.